Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you all for coming out and covering this here today. When we appreciate you being here to celebrate some really exciting news we have on this beautiful Friday morning. I am happy to announce that we are expanding Louisville's popular CycLOUvia event with the summer edition on Main Street downtown on June the 5th. This will be our first one in downtown Louisville, CycLOUvia. Now, as many of you all know, CycLOUvia is an event that has been held in a few locations around downtown, Bardstown Road, Frankfort Avenue, and West Broadway. So what happens is the city takes a street and closes it to cars and trucks while opening it to allow people to walk, bike, skateboard, do yoga, whatever they want to do on the street. Businesses stay open. Vendors love it. Businesses love it. Restaurants love it. All kinds of things. We learned about this based on what was going on in Bogota, Colombia, where every Sunday they close their downtown and have a CycLOUvia. We thought it would be a great way to bring a different type of life to downtown. And in effect, what we're doing is creating a long linear park where people can experience the street and the street life and the stores and the businesses from a different perspective. And it's been a huge hit for our city. If you've been to a CycLOUvia, you know what I mean. These are great family-friendly events that we've held almost every year since its creation in 2012. Obviously, we had a little trouble in 2020, so we didn't have one with the pandemic. And we still have our fall CycLOUvia on Bardstown Road this year. We wanted to provide people another opportunity to experience this wonderful event and spread the love to our downtown. Now, in addition to promoting healthy living and sustainable transportation, CycLOUvia Downtown will encourage people to come downtown and support local businesses and organizations. Our businesses and arts and cultural attractions along Main Street from Wenzel to 10th Street will be open, and there will be food and a whole bunch of activities for the entire family to enjoy. Now, this is possible because of Humana, corporate headquarters right across the street, obviously one of our great companies here in town. They have stepped up to sponsor CycLOUvia Downtown, and because also of their partnership and the hard work of the folks at Louisville Downtown Partnership and Louisville Metro's Office of Advanced Planning and Sustainability. Let's give it up for all of our partners here. Thank you, Humana. Now here representing Humana is Douglas Edwards, Senior Vice President of Workplace Experience. I want to really say thank you to Douglas and Humana. They've been part of our downtown revitalization team. Downtowns all over the world are trying to figure out what does downtown look like during the day, because a lot of workers obviously are working from home right now. So it's an evolution, it's an entrepreneurial activity that's going to figure all this out, and this is just one more way for us to enliven downtown during the day. So let's hear from Douglas Edwards.
Look, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you to everyone who's put together CycLOUvia this year. And look, I'm going to be brief with my comments. I'm just super excited that Humana is going to be sponsoring this event. Us as a healthcare company, we're always excited about seeing people get out, walk, exercise. I think you mentioned yoga. That's right in our sweet spot as a healthcare company, so really excited about that. But also just being a part of something that will help continue to revitalize downtown. As most of you know, we welcomed our associates fully back around mid-March, and we've seen our associates come back and help rejuvenate the economy downtown. We've also done a number of things with regards to making sure that the spaces that we have downtown, with more of our associates having choices of where they work, that the spaces that we have downtown within Humana are attractive, so that they want to come downtown and spend time downtown as well. We've done some work, over at the Bat Stadium with the Humana Cabana, and this is another example of our commitment to downtown in terms of sponsoring the CycLOUvia event. So I'm excited about the event. Looking forward to seeing people getting out and walking and exercising and cycling and doing yoga, and looking forward to continuing to partner with the city on how we make sure that our downtown is a really exciting place, a revitalized place for the residents of downtown, for the small businesses of downtown, as we continue on this journey around the revitalization of downtown. So just really happy to be a part of this and just excited about the event. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Douglas. This is just another way that Humana has stepped up for this community over 50 plus years, and we certainly appreciate everything they do. Now, all right, in addition to having Humana sponsor this event, it wouldn't be as spectacular without some other key partners. The Main Street Association is the voice of the business, cultural, and resident community along our beautiful and historic Main Street corridor. People come, when they visit from all over the world, they walk up and down Main Street and really marvel at the wonderful architecture that we have, the soul of Main Street, the revitalization of Main Street as well. And the Main Street Association has been leading that charge for nearly 50 years, along with Louisville Tourism and the Louisville Downtown Partnership. And they've all ensured that people visiting our downtown receive a warm welcome and the hospitality that we are known for here in Louisville. And I know that the association and its members will be doing that for CycLOUvia Downtown as well. So with us today is George Timmering, a great entrepreneur and owner of Beer Nose by the Bridge and a Main Street Association board member. Let's hear from George.
I want to thank all the sponsors, especially Humana. Humana and their involvement in coming back downtown is key to the vitalization of Main Street. In July, Beer Nose is going to be celebrating its 25th anniversary downtown, and it's kind of reflecting on where we were 25 years ago and where we are now and how much Main Street has grown. We were blessed back in those days, back in 1997, we had the Center for the Arts, we had Actors Theater, but guess what? Now we have the Yum Center. Now we have the Slugger Field. So we've added a lot of places for attractions. Back in '97, we had the Bat Factory, we had the Science Museum, but now we have the Ollie Center, the Fraser Museum, K-Mac, and Roots 101. So we've added a lot of attractions. Restaurants, we were one of the few guys on the block. We of course had the Bristol and several other restaurants. Now we have Whiskey Row, and down the road driving in we have Biscuit Belly, High Five Donuts. We also have this thing called bourbon now that we didn't have 25 years ago. We have Peerless, Michter's, Evan Williams, our good friends at Old Forester and down at Angel's Envy. So it's really amazing the growth I've seen over the past 25 years, that when you have an event like CycLOUvia and people are coming down on that Sunday, they have a lot to see and a lot to witness, because I think we have really one of the best main streets in the United States and maybe in the world. There's nothing that offers all the great things that are Main Street, and CycLOUvia is just a great opportunity for people to get in the middle of the streets and witness and visit and all these great attractions we have on Main. So look forward, if you haven't been down to Main Street lately, look forward to seeing everybody Sunday, June 5th. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Now, as I noted earlier, there will be activities that people can participate in up and down Main Street. Louisville will be offering free 2-hour rides from 1 to 7 p.m. that day. Let's hear it for Louisville. Nice job. We'll have artists doing crosswalk chalk art through the afternoon, and we're still accepting proposals from artists for this opportunity through noon on Monday. So get your proposals in to our public art administrator, Jessica Kincaid. Other participants include the Kentucky Center, the Muhammad Ali Center, TARC, Yum, Louisville Water, and the Louisville Bats. And we'll continue to add more participating businesses and organizations. So if you're interested in being part of CycLOUvia Downtown, you can contact the Office for Advanced Planning and Sustainability at 502-574-0032. Now, Greg Galliette, president of the Louisville Bats, is here to talk more about what people can expect as they ride, walk, skate, or scoot by Slugger Field on June 5th. And in many ways, Slugger Field helped and started with the revitalization of downtown, and we appreciate that. So let's hear from Greg Galliette.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Douglas and our great friends over at Humana for sponsoring and making CycLOUvia be a part of this downtown event on June 5th. We as an organization are so proud to be a part of it. Obviously, Bats Baseball is known for its family fun, its family entertainment, And this event certainly encapsulates all of that. So we as an organization are so proud and excited to be included and be part of this. And an example of what we'll be doing, we'll have some of our delicious food from our ballpark, from Dugout Delights, which is one of our best concessionaires that we have in the stadium, will be part of this, along with our friends from the Louisville Slugger Hitting Science Lab. They'll actually have a facility out front in front of the stadium that day that kids and adults can participate in and actually test their batting skills against major league players. We'll also have items from our team store, along with, of course, our great mascot, Buddy Bat, will be there to greet all the kids. So once again, we're so excited to be part of this unique and wonderful event on Sunday afternoon, June 5th. And again, thanks to our friends at Humana for helping make this possible.
Thank you, Greg. As noted, Slugger Field opened in 2000, and that was a decade before Bourbonism, before the Yum Center, before 4th Street Live, before Nulu was Nulu, and before our downtown was the vibrant city center that it is today. Slugger Field and the Bats have for many years given people, particularly families, a really fun reason to come downtown. So we really appreciate that, and we encourage everybody to check out multiple Bats game here during the summer season that's now upon us. Now, during CycLOUvia, people are encouraged to travel up and down Main Street in any non-motorized way that they please. But as the name connotes, this is a bicycle-centric event. So we'll see people on bikes, scooters, tricycles, lots of walkers. I'll be doing a little bit of all of the above. I'm a big fan of biking personally. It's a wonderful way to see the city. It's a wonderful way to stay fit and get fresh air. And sometimes people even lovingly refer to me as Mayor McBike Lane because of my passion for turning our city into a more bike-friendly place. And I wear that title proudly. Thank you, whoever named me that. I appreciate it. Now, what I know is that when I travel around the country, any city that's growing and vibrant has an extensive network of bike lanes, scooter lanes, and they embrace this type of investment because that's what they know forward-looking cities do. They know it's an attractor for people to move to a city as well. We need to get around in all types of ways, whether it's public transportation, your own automobile, bikes, e-bikes. We're seeing more and more e-bikes, and we're going to see even more of them, and then scooters as well. So as a result of that, my administration has made it our business to make sure that we've got a vibrant system throughout our city. In total, we've invested nearly $50 million in bike and pedestrian-related infrastructure throughout our city. That would be $50 million in my administration out of a total of about $10 billion of other investment during that time. So it's not a huge amount, but it's an important amount. And that includes bike lanes, scooter lanes, our community's bike share program, Louvelo, the 100-mile Louisville Loop, and the Big Four pedestrian and bicycle bridge. So if you have more ideas on how we can invest in scooter lanes, bike lanes, our e-bike program, please let us know. It's an important part of being competitive in a 21st century economy. Now we're continuing to work on the Louisville Loop that, once completed, will connect our west end to the east end, to the south end, to downtown on a route that includes many of our city's great parks. This is a long project. We've got about 60 miles, 65 miles of the 100 miles complete now. And over the next decade or so, I hope that acquisitions will be made so we can close this loop. It's kind of like a wedding ring around our entire city so that you could ride a bike 100 miles all around the perimeter of the city. Not only would this be good for the health of our residents, but it will attract a lot of people to come and be tourists, recreation tourists to our city as well. We're also connecting across the Big Four Bridge with Southern Indiana and some of the really exciting activity they've got going on over there with their bike lanes and e-bike lanes as well. So we can expect, and I hope we can see a lot more of this in the future as the whole world is transitioning this way. In 2016, to create the big picture, we released a 20-year multimodal plan called Move Louisville, which identified the need to focus on greater roadway connectivity and implement more complete streets, moving away from car-centric only roadways of the past to streets that best serve all transit, including cyclists, pedestrians, and buses. And that model has worked well on Dixie Highway, and we hope to implement it along 9th Street and Broadway in downtown as well. Makes these corridors much more livable. We invest in bike lanes and other multimodal infrastructure in part because many of the workers and companies we want to attract and retain, they tell us that they want to be in cities with alternative modes of transportation that allow them to ride their bikes to work. So first rule of business is listen to your customers and see if you can fulfill what their needs are, and alternative modes of transportation are certainly one, especially for companies that are growing. So all of this infrastructure, it's a small part of our budget, but the investment can have an outsized impact on health, quality of life, quality of air, and our economic growth. Now, on a final note, this coming Tuesday, May the 17th, is National Bike to Work Day. It's also our election primaries here locally. So I encourage everybody to figure out what their bike path is to downtown, and not only, or to where they work, and not only ride their bike to work, but also take the bike to the polls and cast their ballot. Our democracy obviously is what keeps hope alive and keeps our city and our country running. So please figure out who you're going to be voting for on primary day next Tuesday. Go out and vote. All right, so again, thank you to Humana for its sponsorship of what will be a great CycLOUvia event downtown, and thank you to the businesses and organizations participating. There's still a lot more time to sign up and be part of this great event on June the 5th. Thanks, everybody, for coming, and we're happy to take any questions.
Mayor, I don't know if this is for you or if you maybe have a Main Street Association person or anyone, but can you talk about how this is really a multifaceted event, and talk a little bit more about how it's multifaceted, not just promoting the healthy lifestyle, but really promoting people just getting back downtown, which is still kind of a slow comeback.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason for this is the reality of downtown right now is like nightlife is really good. Nightlife is at or better than the 2019 pre-pandemic levels. But what we're seeing from many of our companies, if people have an opportunity to work from home, they like that. So we're seeing kind of a hybrid model of people coming downtown, working for 2, 3, 4 days a week, but that other day they're staying at home. And this is having an impact on our downtown restaurants and our retailers as well. So one of the purposes of an event like this is to help our downtown restaurants and retails during the daytime. Nighttime and evenings are really going well for us right now. Tourism is up at higher levels than we've had before, so we're hoping that's going to offset the amount of workers downtown, and of course conventions do that as well. But we plan to have lots of activities downtown so people can come here during the day and enliven what we've got going on downtown. So George, you want to add anything to that?
No, I agree totally. The nighttime in downtown Louisville's really thriving right now, and there are some great days, don't get me wrong, where it's very vibrant during the day with conventions, but it's not back to where it once was. And so that's why this event is so important, to even push that along further. With Humana coming back a couple months ago, everything's going to slow, but yeah, that's the key. Night times are doing great. Let's get the daytimes rolling.
What we also want to see people to see is the new development downtown. So like got new construction on East Main Street. Here on West Main Street, the Dream Hotel will be taking place. On Market Street, you see the bunkhouse taking place. So there's a lot of investment going on in downtown, and people are coming from all over the world to enjoy Bourbonism, enjoy our downtown. We just want to make sure our locals know about it too. Anybody else? Okay, thanks for coming out. Enjoy this beautiful day.